Chosen Vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man Drutube, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get right into it. Something amazing is going to happen to you. Prepare now, because you're not going to want to miss this. Something extravagant, something supernatural, something out of this world is about to happen to you, and you better prepare for it now. In the Bible, it's called digging ditches. You want to dig some ditches for this amazing event. You want to dig some ditches for this miracle. You want to dig some ditches for the miraculous things that are about to take place. And when you are preparing yourself, you're getting your mind ready. When you are preparing yourself, you are expecting the best. You are hoping for the best, wishing for the best. Whether you know it or not, you're hoping or wishing for something. Even when you have a negative spirit and a negative mindset, you're just hoping, praying, and wishing for more negativity. So why not focus on the best things you can focus on? Why not keep your mindset on the best has yet to come? When you keep your mindset on the best has yet to come, my life's amazing, I'm great, I'm spectacular, something wonderful and beautiful is about to come into my life right now, today, right here, right now. I'm putting my name on it, I'm claiming it, it's going to happen to me. When you have an attitude like that, good things can't help but come into your life. Even when you're down in the bottomless pit of hell, you gotta call heaven down. When thou art cast down, there is lifting up. And how do you get lifted up? By calling down some heaven. How do you get lifted up? By expecting the best. How do you get lifted up? By focusing on the best has yet to come. Something amazing is going to happen to you and for you. Prepare now. How do you get prepared now? By preparing your mind. How do you prepare your mind? By speaking positive things into existence, speaking realistic things into existence. People want to argue over what's real and what's not. What's real is what you believe. When you believe and see yourself with things, it's tangible for you on the spiritual level. In order to have things in the physical, you got to have it in the spiritual first. Things take place in the spiritual and then they take place in the physical. If you see yourself as rich spiritually, take on the spirit of a rich man or a rich woman. You cannot be a broke person if you have the spirit of a rich person. Even if I don't like money, money is dirty, money is evil. You better not say money is dirty. Money will hear you and be like, "Oh, okay, I'll go off into the next person. Let me go to your neighbor or your brother or your sister. Let me go to somebody else." Better not talk about money like that. But when you take on the spirit of a rich person, when you take on the spirit of someone who sees themselves with what it is they desire, you're going to have it. Whatever you desire, when you pray and act like you have it, you will receive it. Whatever you pray for, when you pray for whatever you desire, if you believe you can receive it, you will have it. Whatever you pray for, what do you say? Whatever you pray for that you desire, if you believe you will receive it, you will. If you believe you have it, you will receive it. I may not have it totally down packed. I'm working on my memorization skills. Okay, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Don't fault me. I'm working on it. All right. I got my mind on the right things. But whatever you desire, when you pray for it and you believe that you will receive it, you'll get it. It's in the book. It's in the Bible. All right. So prepare for something amazing to happen to you. Something amazing is going to happen to you. Prepare now. You want amazing things to happen to you? All you got to do is prepare. You want a different change in your life? All you got to do is prepare. You can't allow things that are going wrong to beat you down into the type of person that loses their enthusiasm. You got to have enthusiasm. You got to think enthusiasm. You got to picture enthusiasm, and you got to practice enthusiasm. Write that down. Read it to yourself every single day. It'll pick yourself back up like a shot of espresso. Let me repeat it for the people in the back. I think enthusiasm. I picture enthusiasm. I practice enthusiasm. It's going to make you feel good. You may not have anything going for you but being able to get out of bed, take a shower, and put you some clothes on. But guess what? That's gonna be the best shower you ever had. You're gonna have the best time getting dressed you ever had. There may not even be new clothes. You'll have the best time. You have the best time during that day that you ever had. And when you feel good, you allow yourself to have amazing things come into your life. When you feel good, regardless of how much money's in your bank account, regardless of where you live, regardless of where you work, regardless of where you have to get up and go to tomorrow or today, you're going to be the best. You're going to feel the best you could ever have felt in your whole entire life. All because you're choosing an optimistic outlook on life. Studies show from psychologists that the person who believes they can, things happen for them. The person who is optimistic, no matter how hard he or she has of a life, they're going to be able to get through it, and a lot easier than the person who thinks they can't. And we all know, strike the T off the can't and make it can. We all know those who think they can, and those who think they can't. Common sense, basic stuff. But the thing is, have people will end up being defeated by the end of the week. They'll start their day with all these positive things, and then by the end of the day, something happens, and I know how it feels. It'll knock you right out that mindset. It'll take you right out of that mindset for yourself. But a mature person does not let that happen. I'm telling you, you have some immaturity in you if you are able to give up on things. You have some immaturity in you that you have to beat down. You got to push down. You got to destroy in you. If because something happens and it changes it changes your inside view on life. If something happens outwardly and it's able to change how you feel inwardly, you got some work to do on yourself, because this is the matrix. Things on the outside aren't supposed to affect you on the inside, even though they do. What's the saying? Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. Like it's that kind of thing. It's that kind of thing, even down to yourself. I'm not going to allow life to shift me. I'm going to shift how I feel to shift life. And that's how you know you're shifting. That's how you know you're moving forward in life in a positive direction, when things no longer have an effect on you. Things don't move you. You are supposed to be moving things. Things don't move me. I move things. You're supposed to be like God. God can move a mountain. That God in you is supposed to be able to move a mountain. That a mountain to you might be some bad news. A mountain to you might be a loss of a loved one. A mountain to you might be something terrible that happened in life, and you still got to keep going. You still got to keep it moving. You still got to hope for the best. A mountain to you might be, okay, wow, my situation just took a whole left. Things are totally different, and they're not the way they were yesterday. But for today, you have to not allow yourself to be moved by those things. And you have to also count on, and how you not be moved by those things is your faith. It's certain things you have to know. There's a law of supply. All right. There's a law of supply to where God's always going to be there for you. And it may not be all of it. It may not be complete. It may not make you rich and wealthy. But with the law of supply, and there are other laws that will allow you to become rich and wealthy. But with the law of supply, it's your needs will always be met. And that should be a rock of faith for you. My needs will always be met. Everything will always be all right. And that right there alone is a stepping stone that will allow you to reach a certain level of enlightenment for the day. It will allow you to reach a certain level of peace, a certain level of happiness. And then you take that level of happiness, and then you keep telling yourself some better things. You focus on some better things. You curtail your outlook on life some more. And then you just keep raising your vibration. Something is amazing. Something is amazing, and it's you. Something amazing is going to happen for you. Prepare now. And how do you prepare? By curtailing your mindset to what you want it to be. How do you prepare? By beating the immature you down. All right, or if if you want to keep it thug, keep it her. I'm gonna beat them immatures up. But the one, if you are a little bit more gentle with yourself, all right, if you're a little bit, not gentle, but if you want to lift yourself up, I don't want to look at it like that. Okay, that might be a little too rough for you. Lift the version of yourself up that's down. When thou art cast down, there is lifting up. You have to be mature minded enough that when things are going wrong, I know it's hard. I know it's not easy, because I find myself having to pick myself up. Why do you think I was so intrigued and so interested in this type of information? Because I knew that I was being immature. I knew that I was wrong with what I was telling myself, and how I was beating myself up, and how I was pulling myself down just because other people wanted to see me down and lower my vibration. But still, that's outward. They may be acting like this, they may be acting like that. At the end of the day, I'm all I've got. If I'm affected by what they're trying to do, it's because I chose to be affected by what they're trying to do. And you don't have to choose to be affected. There's no power outside of yourself except within your very own mind. And there's no that like there's nothing has more power than your own thoughts. Your thoughts have more power than everything going on around you, outside of you, to you. Your thoughts are more powerful. That's the Bible verse, meaning I am God and I stand alone. Some people may argue and say, no, that means that there are no other gods. That's also true. But all that means is that your mind is God, and the thoughts you think, the stuff outside in this physical world, cannot does not have the power. If you will garnish the power within yourself, it does not have the power to affect how you feel on the inside, or alter or change what you think. People on a higher level are going to understand what I'm saying. I'm not trying to I know I'm not offending anybody, but there are always a few people in the comments that can't really grasp the concept of what I'm saying, and they think it sounds nuts and crazy because they're trying to be a good servant to the Lord. And I get that. I understand that, but the word Lord in itself is just an ancient word for law. All right, you shall obey the law. All right, you're supposed to obey the law, because if you don't, your life is going to be going haywire. When you don't obey the Lord, you're going to go where? To hell. You don't obey the law, your life is going to be hell. So when you obey the law, something amazing is going to happen to you. When you obey the law, you are preparing for better, and you're not going to want to miss this. All right, you're not going to want to miss this. You're not going to want to miss the blessings that are coming into your life. You're not going to want to miss the amazing things that are going to happen to you if you can stay close to the Lord, if you can believe in the Lord. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in God? Do you worship the Lord? Do you worship the law? You're supposed to be worshiping the law. You're supposed to put nothing before the Lord. You're supposed to put nothing before the law. All right, there's certain laws out there that people aren't aware of. There's certain verses in the Bible that are looking is basically like, the Bible is the first rap song ever created. The Bible is the first rap song ever created. All right, you listen to a rap song, you got to decode it. You can't just take that song for what it is. People are talking about one thing and it has several different meanings. Especially if you listen to you some Wu-Tang Clan, or some Wayne, or some Hove, or a very good artist, some Scarface or something like that, some Pac. The things that they're saying is like, you got to break it down and decode it. People will break down a rap song and decode it, and a movie and decode it, but they'll look at the Bible and just take it for the surface level. That's what that means. You got to break things down, and they have other meanings to them. Like, there's this Bible verse that is like, people, if you work on the Sabbath, you're breaking the Sabbath. But there's a Bible verse that says, if your ox falls in a ditch and you have to get your ox out of a ditch, there's not going to be any iniquity, or there's not going to be any recompense to pay for that. Basically, if you have to work to pay your bills, even though it's the Sabbath day, God's not going to mind you having to go to work, or you having to do your business, because if not, you're not going to be able to take care of yourself. And I know God will provide, but if you've already been provided with a gift, if you've already been blessed with the opportunity to go make some money, you best go take care of that opportunity. All right, God is going to help those who help themselves. He knows you're going to do what you need to do. You're going to have to do what you need to do. God already knows that. And that's why it's good to start a business anyway, so that way you could do your own thing. And when you get more money, that's why it brings you closer to God, because the system is a little corrupt. And when you have to do for the system, you're not doing for yourself, which is not going to allow you to do for God. All right, come on now. We breaking it down. Something amazing is going to happen to you. All right, something amazing is going to happen to you. Something amazing is going to happen to you. Something amazing is going to happen to you. All right, even with me singing like this, something amazing is still going to happen to you. All right, something amazing is going to happen to you. Something amazing is going to happen to you. All right, prepare now. Prepare now. You have to mentally prepare. Dig those ditches. Dig you some money ditches. Dig you some success ditches. Dig you some new home ditches. How you dig a ditch for a new home? You go get you a magazine, and you go get you one of those new home magazines, and you put the picture of the home that you want on the wall. You print you a picture of the house you want off the internet, and you post it on your wall. You think about the amount of money that you want, and you see yourself having it. You see the type of life that you want to live, and you visualize yourself having it. The amount of whatever you want: friends, money, cars, homes. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and a little house on the prairie. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and Section 8, whatever. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things are going to be added unto you. All these things are going to be added unto you. So it does not matter what is currently going on in your life. It does not matter the things that are happening in your life. Um, it does not matter what you're going through. All that matters is how you view yourself, how you see yourself, and know that whatever you expect is what you're going to get. If you see some amazing things happening to you, some amazing good things are going to happen to you. Some real good things are going to happen to you. You're going to be able to live the life that you want. Some amazing things will happen. Some amazing things are going to happen. Something amazing is going to happen to you. You think that way, you speak that way, you look at life that way, you're going to be able to experience some really amazing things. No matter what you're going through currently, no matter what your situation is, no matter what you see, you don't base your faith according to appearances. You don't base your faith according to what's going on. You don't base your faith according to what you see. You don't base your faith according to something that may have happened. If something bad happens, you still have to be there to lift yourself up. And that's being like Jesus. That's having the mind of Jesus. They put that man on the cross, still forgave them people, still didn't put them people at fault. They put him on the cross, and he was still able to maintain. He wasn't up there screaming, he wasn't up there yelling. What you have to use situations like that, any situation like that. You could use that situation, you could use any situation you want. That's just the first situation that popped into my mind, because that's who they show who went through the most suffering. So anybody that goes through the most suffering, if you use them in your mind as something that, okay, I could use this as an example, you have to be able to overcome that mentally. And if you could overcome that mentally, you're going to win. If you could overcome whatever you're going through and still have a positive outlook on life, you're going to win. You could use situations like that where people had to suffer and go through things, to where, you know what, I may suffer, but I'm still going to come out on top. You put yourself in a certain mind state, and then you keep growing, you keep elevating, you keep raising your vibration, and allowing yourself to continue to focus on better things. You don't keep digging a hole and seeing how far down you could go. But people will spiral down. That's what spiraling down is. You one bad thing happens, and all you tend to do is just focus on bad, negative stuff. What else can go wrong? You don't want to have a what else can go wrong mindset, just because things aren't going right. Even when things are going wrong, you want to have a things are still going to work out for me mindset. You want to have a what can go right mindset. Still you do. You want to have that type of mindset. All right. You want to have that type of mindset. You don't want to have the type of mindset to where you always are optimistically looking at your life. Because when you look at things in a way to where, if something is bad that's happening and you're still able to see the silver lining, you're still able to look on the bright side, it's going to be a lot that can happen for you. It's going to be a lot of good things that are going to come to you versus the person that is looking at life in a negative way. When you look at life in a negative way, things are only going to get worse. That's why you have people say, man, I didn't think it could get any worse. And then it gets worse. Things will get worse when people don't tend to look at things when they can get better or how they can get better. You have as hard as it is. I know it's mind wrecking, and I know it's like, yo, this is you're telling me to not be realistic. You're telling me to not look at things the way they're going, the way I'm experiencing them. But you have to determine what's real for you. You don't let an experience determine what's real for you. That's how people overcome things, and that's how people get through things. They may be going through something, but they don't stay there. They may be going through something, but their mind is strong enough to overcome it. All this stuff is mental. You have to work on your mind to where you can just accept it. And that's why acceptance is a powerful thing. All right. And I'm not telling you to not accept what you're going through, but you don't have to accept it as your complete reality. You don't have to accept it as the end all be all. Something happens, okay, I accept that. They let you go, okay, I accept that. You can't do something anymore because of certain things that may have happened in life. Life happens, okay, I accept that. Something happens you didn't expect, something bad happens or whatever, okay, I accept that. But where am I going to go from here? Where am I going to allow myself to go from here? Am I going to go up from here? Am I going to use this as a launching pad, or am I going to allow this to destroy me? Am I going to allow this to make my life even worse than what I'm already experiencing or what I'm already going through? Am I going to allow this to bring me down? Am I going to allow this to make my life even worse or harder? I'm not doing that. So what you have to do is, yo, when thou art cast down, there is lifting up. You have to lift yourself up regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what's going on in your life. You have to lift yourself up no matter how hard it is. All right, I know you can get knocked down. That's why you think Kirk Franklin made that song. He said, "We when what he say? We fall down, but we get up. You fall down, but you get up. You gotta get up. When you fall down, you gotta get up. All right." And I know there's other examples out there or things like this, but when you fall down, you have to get up. You cannot stay down. All right. No matter what round of life you're in, no matter what round life has you in, no matter how hard life knocks you down, you have to get back up. You have to. All right. You have to get up. You can't stay down. Only thing you can stay down for is yourself, and that's in a whole different way. That doesn't mean you're actually staying down. That means you're holding it down for yourself. So you got to continue to hold it down for you regardless of what you're going through. As they said in the 90s, hold me down, baby. You gotta hold it down for you. You have to hold it down for you. All right, I know they have some other things. They now today they say stand on business. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stand on business for you. It might even be your business that you gotta stand on to stand on business. All right, you might actually have a business that you're standing on right now. Maybe that's the business you're standing on. Stand on it. So don't think that things aren't going to work out for you just because something bad happens. Don't stop believing in yourself just because it doesn't seem like your faith ain't faithing or your belief ain't believing. Your faith is always faithing. All right, and I know I play around when I say the words and stuff like that, but your faith is always faithing. It may not seem like it, but if it doesn't seem like it, it's just a test. What is faith that's untested? Faith that's untested is like a person that can only lift 10 pounds trying to go to the gym and lift 500 pounds. That's faith untested. Your faith will be crushed. If it's not tested, your faith won't work. It won't be strong if it's not tested. You'll give up. So there are some times in life where your faith has to be tested. So that way, because God knows there's going to be other things that we go through in life or we have to experience to where we're going to need that faith. We're going to need that strength. We're going to need that belief in ourselves. Not only him, but that belief in ourselves, because that God in us is that God that we're contacting and dealing with and praying to and talking to in the first place. We got to have belief not only in God, but the God in us. All right. And when you believe in God, you're believing in the God in yourself, because we are all small piece, divot, fraction, centimeter, piece of him. All right. So make sure you know that good things are going to happen to you, and good things are supposed to happen to you. Make sure that's something that you say every day. Les Brown says that, and I took that with me. Good things are supposed to happen to me. All right, I learned that from him, and you learn that from him as well. Good things are supposed to happen to you. He said you're supposed to say that to yourself every single day, and make sure you say it to yourself every single day. Good things are supposed to happen to you, and when you dig a groove deep enough in your mind, you dig a ditch deep enough in your mind, that's preparing for something good. That's preparing for something amazing. And not only is digging ditches an actual thing as far as like bringing it into your life, but when you actually when the Bible says you have to dig ditches, this is just another form of it. You're actually, when you say things to yourself, you're actually digging a groove in your mind. You're digging a groove in your mind when you tell yourself you can, when you tell yourself you're rich, when you tell yourself positive things. You're digging a groove into your mind to where you can tell yourself something enough to where your mind will believe it, and then you'll start to attract the things, because according to your belief, so be it unto you. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash the like button, smash the share button, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, love, and light. We out.